This is James Calm, the guy on the bike, welcoming back our worldwide viewership. Today we're on West 24th Street. We're going to run in and take a visit to see the recent paintings of this gentleman, Sandro Chia, one of the three C's, one of the cornerstones of the trance avant-garde. Let's check it out. Saturday, yeah, Saturday. Mr. Charles Coles, the proprietor. There's Sandro. This is titled Boy at Rest, 50 by 45. Now, a couple of years after I'd gotten to New York back in the early 80s, there was a whole movement, really the beginnings of neo-expressionism that was popping in New York. And one of the cornerstones of that movement was Sandro Chia. He was part of the three C's who were Kuki, Chia, and Clementi. That was how they were marketed at the time. And it was part of the Italian New Wave. This is titled Eat Meat. Anyway, this was quite a shock to a lot of the New York painters. It was sort of coming to the end of the Clement Greenberg hegemony. And somebody like Sandro that was doing these very expressionistic, colorful, joyful, luscious, surrealistic figure paintings was seen as an aberration. This is After Action, 49 by 61. Well, it didn't take long for a lot of New York artists to pick up on how exciting the return to figurative painting was, and in short order you had a lot of people like Julian Schnabel, David Solly, Eric Fischl that all started doing figurative paintings again. But there was always a kind of sweet, seductive suppleness and really almost a hedonistic joy to the paintings of Sandro Chia. I actually had some personal acquaintance with Sandro. He had 2 floors in a loft building on West 23rd Street. And I was driving the delivery truck for Utrecht Linens at the time, and I used to go by and deliver cases of oil paint to him. Well, I hate to sound nostalgic, but back in 1983 or 84, Sandro was probably one of the most famous and highly recognized artists or painters in the world. And his lifestyle and all of his other artistic accoutrements really sort of echoed his place in the art world. This is titled Cowboys Dream, 47 by 35. And then you've got this nice barnwood frame on here. Despite all the kind of classic Expressionism. Sandro has always had at least as far as I was concerned, had a modernistic approach to paint handling. This stuff is all very nicely painted. Mr. Knight Landsman. This gentleman is a snappy dresser. This is Pirate Engulfed by Fire. And it says in the press release that Sandro is using memories from his childhood as a subject for many of these paintings. He's got his characters of cowboys and Indians, pirates. You know, he's also very fond of quoting little bits and pieces from art history. This kind of has some echoes of Bala and some of the futurists. Nice the way the pants sort of fade into the waves of the ocean. There is freedom somewhere. This is probably the largest piece in the show. And probably the most typical of all as a Chia painting. Now, Sandro was quite a big player here in the New York scene for years. It's titled Semi-Disaster. And for some reason, maybe he got homesick. He left and he's been living in Italy for the last several years. This is nice the way it gets all nubby up around the face here. This is Lead a Pirate. And I would also have to say that, as with a lot of things, fashions come, fashions go, trends come and go. A lot of the interest in New York and hardcore painting waned a lot in the 90s. People became more enamored with conceptualism and photography. This is Treasure in the Trunk. This kind of painting has actually attracted a lot of interest from younger artists, people that are reviving surrealism and some of the other movements from early modernism. There's Jerry Saltz and Don Bechler, Roberto Juarez. Now we're talking to the artist Sandro Chia. I was wondering, you haven't been in New York for several years now. You're living in Italy?
I'm living partly in Italy and partly in Miami.
In Miami?
Florida, yeah.
And I was just wondering, do you think that Europe is a little more conducive to the type of painting that you're doing?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm not sure. I don't know where the inspiration comes from, as long as it comes.
And these latest group of works are based on your memories of your childhood, is that correct?
Yeah, this is what I think it is, yeah.
But you're going to be spending more time in New York now? Are we going to get to see more?
I hope so. I love New York.
Well, we love you too, and I think the show looks fabulous. It's been too long since you've had a show here.
Yeah.
Very glad to see you back on the scene.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chia.
Thank you.
Well, it's getting pretty packed in here tonight. This is James Calm reporting on the recent paintings of Sandro Chia. Here's the COWLES Gallery, 537 West 24th Street. Oh, and there's Mario Navis. Thanks, Kate.